everyone, it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and I am here to plan out the week of June 19th in my Hobonichi Weeks planner. So I'm going to be using kit 173, which is hydrangeas. This is one of the July kits, but I could not wait to use it. This is probably one of my favorite all-time kits ever. I love the flowers, I love the colors, and I like the new format. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it now, even though it's still June. And I also have the washi tape here for this kit. I'm not quite sure how I would bring it into the weeks, but I will see, and I'll have it here, and hopefully I can bring it in because I love this washi tape. So let's get started. I actually do not have any plans from last week because we were on vacation. So I will tell you all about that. We just got back yesterday, so it's actually Monday when I'm filming this because we got back on Sunday, and I mostly took a long nap yesterday when we got home. So we were in Alaska. We went on an Alaska cruise, and it was with my husband's whole family. So this was to celebrate my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary, which is just amazing and definitely worth celebrating. And so they wanted to take the family on an Alaska cruise to celebrate. So this trip had been delayed twice. So the first time it got delayed because of COVID. We just weren't sure that it was a great idea to be going on a cruise with the way COVID was at the time, and which I think was the right call. And then my mother-in-law had an injury last year, so it got delayed again. So this trip has been a long time in the making. And then when we found out that we were pregnant, we weren't sure if we were gonna go because we weren't sure about taking a baby on the cruise. And then we were up until right before the cruise, we weren't sure we were gonna make it because we didn't have Daniel's passport yet. And fortunately, we got his passport the day before we left. Big shout out to Senator Katie Britt's office. The only reason we got the passport was because our senator's office got involved. We had our representative's office was also working on it, but it was the senator's office. It was their people that ultimately got things figured out and got the passport in time. So that was amazing. We had submitted it in plenty of time. We should have had it in time based on the processing times, but there's a huge backlog of passport applications right now. So yeah, so anyway, we weren't sure that we were gonna actually make it on the cruise because we didn't have Daniel's passport, and we needed the passport because the cruise started in Vancouver. So we needed the passport to get to Canada. So anyway, but we made it, we decided to go, and it was definitely the right thing to do. I will say, going on vacation with a 6-month-old, it's not exactly a relaxing time, but it was definitely worth it. And especially for my in-laws to have their whole family there, it was 100% worth it. So I think we had pretty low expectations going into this trip. And especially I knew this trip was not about me. This trip was about my in-laws and making sure they had a good celebration. And they definitely did. So that was worth it 100%. And also being on an Alaska cruise with a baby was actually not bad at all because a lot of it is looking out the window at the beautiful scenery. So even when I was in our stateroom just playing with Daniel, again, my in-laws were so generous, and they got us a nice stateroom with a window and a balcony. So we had a little extra space and had a window. And so I could be sitting in the stateroom playing with Daniel and looking out the window at all these mountains and the water and the beautiful scenery. And that was really enjoyable. So even though it was definitely, we didn't do as much. We didn't go on any excursions at the ports. We just walked around and did some hiking, but still absolutely beautiful. Got to see a lot of things. We got to see a lot of wildlife right from the boat. So we had a really good time, even though yeah, it was definitely a little different than it would have been if you weren't traveling with a baby. Daniel did not sleep very well on the cruise, but he did great during the days. I was so impressed. He could take about 5 hours being out and about, and I had him in the baby carrier. We brought a stroller with us, but he spent about 5 minutes total the whole trip in the stroller. And I think part of that was it was a new stroller. We got an umbrella stroller for the trip, and we didn't practice in it at all before we went. So next time I would definitely do that. So he did not want to be in the stroller, but I've got an ergonomic baby carrier that's pretty comfortable for me. So we spent a lot of time in that and would just take naps on the go when we were out and about, and was happy to look around and see everything. So it really worked out quite well. And Alaska was beautiful. I had never been to Alaska before, and it was actually, so until this trip, I had been to 46 of the 50 states, and now I've been to 47 of the 50 states, and I just have 3 left to go to, but Alaska had been one that I had not made it to yet, so that was exciting. The states I have left to get to are Idaho, Rhode Island, and New Jersey. So a little bit random, but yeah, Alaska was just gorgeous. We had beautiful weather, and the cruise was fun too. I've been on 2 cruises before, but it's been a long time. The last one I went on, I was 18 or 19. So it's been a while since I went on a cruise, and the cruise was great. One thing I don't think I've talked about is Daniel has a lot of food intolerances. And so because I'm breastfeeding him, that means it affects my diet. I can't eat the things that he reacts to. So I have a very restricted diet right now, and I was worried about going on the cruise and being able to eat things, and especially the kinds of things I can eat. It's not easy to bring along. I couldn't just bring a ton of snacks, but they were incredibly accommodating, and I was able to they were happy to make a special meal for me for dinner every night, and so I ate really, really well and had some great meals, and was just so impressed by how accommodating they were with my very restrictive diet. So yeah, so really a great time. But we flew back. It was a red eye. Well, I guess not directly a red eye because we had a layover. So we flew from Anchorage to Seattle, and then Seattle to Atlanta, and Daniel did great on both flights, and he slept pretty much the whole time on both flights, but it was like 8 hours of sleep total for him. So last night he slept for 13.5 hours and only woke up twice to eat, which is a really good night for him. So I also got a great night of sleep last night. Although yesterday I also took a 4-hour nap when we got back. So I've been doing a lot of sleeping and recovering. But anyway, so as I chatted with you, I think I got the whole base laid out. Oh, let's see. The other thing I want to put in is a spot for reading. Let's see. What do I want to use? I've used this one before. Maybe I'll do something a little different for marking reading. Put that down here. Actually, keep changing my mind. Put one of these divider strips, and then put the box over it like that. Is that centered? Maybe. And then put the reading sticker on top like that. Okay, that looks good. And let me go ahead and put another, I've got a bunch of to-dos for this week, so let me go ahead and put another one of these down. Okay, so I think that is everything that I want for my base. Okay, so let's start filling things in. So there really is not very much going on this week. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. But that's the only scheduled thing. So let's go. Oh, actually the other, okay, I'm saying that's the only scheduled thing and then it's not. So let's see here. We're gonna do a game night on Friday. Okay, I'm thinking about too many things at once here. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna mark is the anniversary sale. So this is gonna be the Fern Creek, the 4th anniversary sale. And so I'm gonna mark that. And I'm gonna put some new stuff up on Thursday, and then the sale will go Friday through Sunday. And then Friday night we'll have a game night. Let's see, that doesn't quite fit. I'm gonna need to use a smaller one. Usually we do them on Saturday night, but one of our friends is headed out of town, so we'll do it on Friday night instead. And I'll use the heart to mark that. All right, game night. So that's the stuff that is scheduled. Oh, nope. I keep lying. I keep saying that I'm done with the scheduled stuff, and then I'm not. And then we have church on Sunday. Okay, that's the scheduled stuff for real. And then I'm gonna put chores in. So today I've got a bunch of laundry to do after the trip. And fortunately we had like, they do have laundromats on the ship, and so we were prepared to do laundry if we needed to. We ended up not needing to, which was amazing that Daniel did not have like any blow ups or major spit ups, because I had exactly enough clothes in his current size for him to wear on the trip. Well, that said, I guess we had some outfits that are appropriate for Alabama in June, but not Alaska in June. So we had like exactly the right number of clothes. So he came home with no clothes to spare, but we made it through without doing laundry. So today is going to be a lot of laundry. And then on Tuesday, I will be gathering up trash. Although I need to check and see if Juneteenth affects our trash schedule. But I can still go ahead. It won't hurt if I gather it up a day early. But I gather it up during the day, and then Brian takes it out when he gets home. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and put trash day for Wednesday, but I do need to check and see if Juneteenth affects the schedule or not, because I am not sure about that. Okay. There we go. And then Thursday, I will want to meal plan. So we've been trying to keep Daniel kind of out of public until 6 months. It's a little bit arbitrary, but that's what we had decided was 6 months after he got another round of vaccines. And I mean, we knew he'd be going on the cruise where he would get exposed to everything, and, you know, just get him kind of past the point where he can handle illness a little bit better. So we've been keeping him home until now. And see, this is where I need to use the microperm, and I totally forgot. I smeared a little bit, but that's okay. Anyway, so like grocery shopping we've been doing without him, but this week is gonna be the first time he and I will go grocery shopping together. So we'll do that on Friday. We've been doing it on the weekend when either Brian or I can stay home with him. I am running out of room for things on Friday. Apparently that is a very popular day. So grocery shopping will be moved to a weekday now, so that clears out the weekend a little bit. And then Sunday will be, okay, putting this here messed up the columns the way I normally do this. Not a big deal, but I've gotten used to the way that I do things in the planner, and then threw me for a loop a little bit. So then we'll need to do more laundry on Sunday, because that's our normal laundry day. And that's also when I'll plan. So, laundry and planner time. All right, so I think that is the stuff that I have scheduled and the chores to do. So then I'll put in my social media schedule. Okay, so that's social media, and then over here I'll put cleaning. So let me put this cleaning script here. And so my same cleaning schedule that I've been doing, this has been working out really well. And it works out well that if I miss a day, since I'm doing them every week, it's not a big deal. And that some stuff too, like when I clean the master bathroom, if I'm doing it every week, I don't need to clean the whole thing. But if I'm doing at least something in it every week, it helps. So we did have a cleaning lady, but we have taken a pause on getting the house cleaned because it was just with Daniel and his nap schedule and just being at home, it just didn't work out very well right now. But once I go back to work, we'll start getting the house cleaned again. So this is temporary, but especially now that Daniel is a lot better at, like, I can set him down on a quilt with some toys and move him around with me as I do things. He doesn't need to be like held or constantly entertained by me the whole time. So So yeah, so I can get a lot more cleaning done with him around. Okay, and then my to-do list, I've got to prep for the sale. I have a lot of emails to go through from while I was gone. A lot of it is, you know, just like news, daily news emails and stuff, but I just need to get that cleaned out. And then I need to finish designing the September weekly kits. And we have a toy shelf for Daniel downstairs that just has random stuff on it because we haven't really used it up to this point, but he's getting old enough to use it now. And then also too, we haven't started solids with Daniel yet, and that's, we have a an appointment next week with a pediatric GI. And so our pediatrician told us to hold off, and mostly he hasn't been interested in solids until like 2 weeks ago. He could have cared less. Now he wants to grab all of our food. So, but I need to get some stuff. We need to get like some spoons for him and get like one of those bib apron things that like covers his whole arms and chest. So I need to get some stuff so we're ready after our meeting with the pediatric GI next week. And then I need to follow up with somebody. So that is what I've got. And then my habits are going to be the same. It's going to be a rainy week though, so we'll see how closing rings goes, because I'm not at the point of working out again yet. We need to get Daniel's sleep a little better before I can like get up early and work out. But we usually go for a long walk in the afternoon. So it's raining. If it's raining, we don't get out for our walk. So we'll see. That might be interesting. And then pumping milk to donate and having some me time. So that is my plan for the week. I've really enjoyed using the Hobonichi Weeks, and I know there's been some people sharing their spreads in the Facebook group, and it's really fun for me to see how you all use this. I'm just amazed at what a versatile little planner it is and how much you can do with it. So I hope that you all have some good plans for the week ahead, and I'll see you again soon. Bye everyone.